Hello everybody and welcome. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Disc Creatures, a fun retro inspired monster training game that is inspired by the Game Boy Classic. This is a lot of fun. I do recommend you guys checking it out. There is a link in the description to the Steam page below. There is something here where we are in the Junglin village, and right here beside the cafe is this little guy that has a fun little machine that will give you a random disc. We're gonna try it out because we can get a few fun things. Redo's Real Life doesn't have a reset button, so we pay him a little bit of money. I think it's 20 pico. He will spit us out a random disc. Now that might give us a disc that we already have or a new creature. Let's try it out and see what we can get. Yes, I would like to give it a go. Step right up to the machine, say a prayer, make a wish, cross those fingers and give it a pull. Well, let's see what we get. Sometimes we can get something really good, sometimes we may not. It may be something we completely have. We got an uncommon, a Volta Gamma number 120. Wow, I think that's going to be worth it. What we're going to do, me and my trusted machine here will be back again sometime, so don't be shy. Ta-da! Now, may luck smile on you. I think luck did smile on us, to be honest. We are going to replace that creature out. In this episode, in the last episode, we ran into a little bit of difficulty. We ran into the next area that ended up being a little bit higher than what I expected in terms of level. So I thought in this episode, we'll grind up some new characters, hopefully do well with them. Since I got that Volta Gamma, we're going to switch that one out. That is now my second highest level. He is a fire electric type, it looks like. Definitely looks like something that's going to be better than the onion. One thing I'm kind of assuming in this game is the higher level, a higher number of the disc creature means it's going to be a little bit more powerful. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch out it for the onion because I want to keep the Skulltan. That's the one where we put two discs together to make a new one. So I definitely want to check him out. And he's a lot higher number than the onion, which I believe was on page 2. I don't know the exact number, but I figure that it's going to be a little bit better of a disc creature than the onion. So let's try him out. He looks really cool and I'm really excited to try him out. That definitely was a very happy one to get. So we're gonna just basically just give you an idea. We're gonna, because we have two level 1s, we're gonna run up through the Junglin Forest, which is where the scare folk were, and just go through the Junglin Forest up that way. As we level up, we'll probably hit every one that we can, every encounter that we can, so that we can level up the level 1s fairly quickly, hopefully, and go through. Should be able to take on most things. The Brachytron should be able to do these low encounters without any trouble, and I'm hoping it's going to be at least enough so that we'll be able to would be okay basically with some of these higher levels. That's what I'm hoping anyways. Too bad the DV hat unfortunately is the only one that decided to E-charge right there. It'll probably last 3 rounds so that my metal attack will hit all 3 of them, but I still think we'll be pretty good here. A level 5, we are going to probably do pretty well here. There we go, got him out of the way. Nice, not too bad. These 3 level 5s are definitely going to put a lot of experience on my creatures, which is going to be really good. So one of the things that makes this a big difference from the other games, the other monster training games that I've played, is typically in a monster training game, I only got 37. I would have thought that I would have got a lot higher or a lot more than that, but oh, he leveled up probably to a 3, yeah. In typical monster training games, you capture the enemy that you are fighting. If you are level 12, let's say, and you're fighting some level 10s, you capture a level 10 and you could put a level 10 in your team. Now, what's happening in this game is that you are burning the disc, burning the information of those characters on a disc, and you're not getting that, you're not capturing that specific creature. What that is going to do is now we have to level everything up. Unfortunately, now we have to, ooh, that took a lot of damage there, and that's not good. We have to now grind these people, unfortunately, and not really happy about that. If we ever want to switch our characters, we have to grind to get them up to level, and that's not really what I was, hoping for, I guess. When I went to do this and went to start playing that, I was really hoping that we would be able to capture the creature and be able to just capture that and then be able to, wow, that worked, wow, brush away worked extremely well there. When you don't capture the creature, we cannot get that creature at that level. We have to grind up, and I think we're at a point, because I had my Battelle at level 15 and he was still a pretty low hitting person on, I think, even on normal attacks, not like when they're weak or strong against something. So on normal attacks he was pretty weak, so I figured that we needed to switch up our creatures, and I'm not sure yet if that was a good decision or not. So we got a couple new moves. I want to go through here and make sure that we get these moves as we come in. Let's just go ahead and take, I guess, all those. What does Haunt do? That sounds like an interesting. Debuffs mind and depletes some energy. Let's go Fireball, Ice. Well, those are both very interesting. Let's check. Let's go ahead and put in the attack, and I'll leave it there for now. I'm not sure if I would put another one in there, but let's go with those. Hopefully that's going to help us out. Do a little bit more damage. He has some in here as well. Static Shock, that's nice. I'm going to take off this Mind one and just go ahead and add Static Shock, Dash Attack, and Burning Claws. So we've got quite a bit of fire attack here if we need to use it, if we're going to get something that is weak against fire. That's a little bit of the trouble too. When you're capturing them, again, you get that level and you can switch out a lot. So if you're coming into a area that is weak to grass type or weak to whatever, water type, whatever type it is, you can switch out your creature and not be way too underpowered for that area at that point. But now here, if I want to use my strengths and go to an area where they would be weak to fire, let's say, I have to grind up whole new characters. And I think that's going to make a big difference in how this all plays out. And I'm not 100% sure yet if I like it or not. Dash attack, okay, half health works. I like that. Definitely is going, okay, we're doing pretty well here. I was a little worried. They're at 4. That's still a little bit under the 6th level, but it seems like we're working really good, and they're going to end up having, I believe, a higher health and a higher attack ability, not so damage, I guess I should say. So their damage is going to be higher. And I'm kind of basing this just on the idea that the higher the number, then the stronger the creature is going to end up being. Let's do ice. I think these guys are all weak to wind, so let's definitely do that. I do not know if they're weak to fire. Probably just a normal attack. That zap is definitely going down with the... Okay, 20. So, okay, so Batels are strong against fire. That's a good combo, though. The fire and the ice. So if you're going to be strong to one, you're going to probably be weak to the other. And that's actually a pretty good combo attack right there. They're opposites. You probably are not going to be able to be strong against both of them, so I might just keep that up. Do I need... Let's jump in here, go ahead and heal them up. Not sure if they need specifically to be healed, but let's go ahead and grab that heal while it is there. But we're just going to go through and kind of, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm thinking, a little bit just about different things, I think. Let's see. We're still just trying basically to level these people up. See what we can get out of them. I'm not going to, every time it gets a move, I'm not going to check it out, but we will be checking out the moves they get as we go through. So yeah, we're going to be, they're going to pretty much ramp up to like level 7, 8 fairly quickly, and then kind of slow down just because of the level areas, the level of the creatures I'm fighting against in these areas. But we're going to need him up to like level, I think the one that we fought in the tunnel was a 15 and 2 13s. So we definitely going to have to be fairly close to that area to be able to take these on. It's just going to worry me. To be able to get up to that height is going to be a little bit difficult with the characters that we have available to fight. And if we have to, we might fight the skeleton guy again. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear and see what we can accomplish with what we can find out here. One of the good things about this also is not only will it give me experience for this, but what it will be, it'll also give me a bunch of discs that I can sell, and that's going to help out so that we can get more E-charges and health and stuff like that, that maybe we don't need to be 15. If we strategically use them, maybe we'll be able to be something a little bit less than everybody being 15. But of course, if Brachytron gets up to 17 while I do this, that might also be able to eve them out a little bit. I would like to at least get them up to level 10 before I try to go in the tunnel again. One of the downsides is when we went into the tunnel, we had 3 attacks, or 3 enemies to combat against. Now, as you can see, there is an option of 1, 2, or 3 enemies that you fight against. So if the first one is 1 level 15, it's going to be much easier to fight against than 3 13s. And that's going to make a big difference in how well we can go into that area as well. But it's a whole new area, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this all works out and how difficult it's going to be to, I want to see if the how difficult it's going to be to level characters up. Is it going to be 2-3 episodes? If it does, I'm going to be worried. I don't really want it to take that time, and I would be worried that that's a little too much, I think. So we got a couple discs and they leveled up, and they're leveling up enough that I don't really have to worry about their health, which is nice. Every time you level up, it gets all their health back, so that's very helpful. Let's go ahead. I don't think they've learned new moves yet. I mean, they learned one set, I guess, so we're gonna, I guess, push on a little bit more and see what moves are there. I kind of, when I started the channel, I kind of was thinking that I wanted a certain idea here. I want to be able to show off these retro inspired games because of not only the love for the games, but the love for the retro as well. But it kind of came across in an interesting way the other day on Twitter. I saw a post where someone was talking about a specific game that they really wanted to play again. They wanted it to be on the Switch. But what's really nice is that I was in a position, I knew a game that was similar for the game they suggested. They wanted to have ActRaiser, which is a game that was on the Super Nintendo, and they were like, you know what, Strawman I would think would be weak to fire, so let's try that out. So he said, you know, I would love to be able to play ActRaiser again, and I was like, well, why don't you check out this game that I played recently called Smelter. It's a great game. It is right on, you know, it's inspired by ActRaiser, and if you're looking for that, it should be able to scratch that ActRaiser itch. And they said they would check it out, but that's ultimately where I want to be with this channel. I want to be a bridge between what is retro and what is new. I want someone to come and say, I want to play this game again, or I cannot find this game, or you know, this game is too expensive for me to buy right now. Something to that, whatever it happens to be. I want to be able to say, okay, I have a game that will, a new game, a modern game that you can buy that basically, you know, will be good for you. It'll be that kind of scratch the itch that you may want to finish that, to fix it. That, and then what's good with that is that they also do not have to deal with the, oh, everybody is cursed, that's not good. But then you know, you also don't have to deal with the other difficulties that is usually you need to deal with in a retro game. That's kind of hopefully what I'm hoping to end up being here, is that I would be someone that could not only recommend good, just in general recommend good modern retro inspired, whatever terminology that you want to use for these. But I also want to be able to be that person that knows enough about the games to say, this is going to fill an itch of a retro game. And that's, I'm really excited about that. And that came along a couple days ago on Twitter, and I was like, you know, that's really cool. And I do not want to use, I want to use brush away. I was really excited that. Let's try the dash attack. And I don't know if that's going to be very, not too bad. If something takes off half their health, I can handle that. So that should be a pretty, yeah, 225 damage. He's definitely going to be, oh, right, my Brackatron leveled up, sweet. I would love to go into that tunnel area and fight one level 15 right now. but I think it's a randomization that every time you go into an encounter, the number and level of everything is randomized. So I may get 1, I may get 3, and I'm right now not in the place to fight 3 level 13, the area of 13 to 15. But Brachytron's going to be able to take them pretty well. It will take me a long time to get the other 2 up to the level of Brachytron. I mean, he's 9 levels ahead. It's going to be a big space there. I mean, they may never ever be the same level, and I'm okay with that if they're ever, at some point they're a few levels below, but I really would like them to be close. And I need him right now. He's kind of my protector. He's the one he's like the big guy when you're like in an RPG, MMO, that he's the strong one that's taking all the damage to make everybody level up. That's kind of speed leveling or something, I think it was called. I used to play Diablo a long time ago. I used to play on Battle.net. Not for very long. I played Diablo and Diablo 2 on Battle.net and then swore off MMOs, but there definitely was a way to quick level, I don't know, speed level characters if you did it right, that you can get a really high level character with a few lower level characters, or a couple high level characters with a low level character, and you were pretty much able to you take kind of the low level characters really never did anything, but they would just kind of sit in the back and just get the experience. Basically, almost what they're doing here is that they're kind of sitting in the back, they're doing a little bit of damage, but for the most part, it's Brachytron doing all the damage here and leveling up the other 2. But they're giving up pretty quickly. Like I said, they'll get up to 8 fairly quickly, like you saw. But then they're going to teeter out a little bit because they're not going to be getting up the experience that they need to. So the Brachytron dodge out, that's nice. Oh wow, sweet. So they're now able to take out levels on their own, which is nice too. I don't even need the Brachytron anymore. That's very nice. We're gonna go through here a little bit farther. I would like to maybe check out one area, but I really don't want to get stomped again, which would be a little bit of a disappointment if I got stomped again. Here we go. With regards to going into that other area, it's not really what I want to happen. But again, if I get 1 level 13, I probably could take that out. Again, depending on the strengths and weaknesses of the characters. And another thing, with all these discs I'm getting, I could use a leapfrog and then just go buy a new one. It's not going to be that much of a trouble to leapfrog back really quickly. I don't know, haven't been really paying attention to the disc. I got, I think, at least 100 pico. I'm not really worried about buying another leapfrog to begin with, but then now, especially if you do the extra, see, I have 117 pico, and now I'm gonna have a lot more, what's the word I want to use, a lot more pico because of all the discs I'm getting. I only got silver and gold. I kind of need a few lower ones because 80 is way too much for him, but we'll go on a little bit further really quickly, maybe do this guy or clear out this area. I know we're running close to the time, but I really would like to try out at least one, drop in there and see if I could do something. Probably won't be able to. My Brachytron is pretty high level, but the problem is he's not. If there's one in the battle, I would be okay with it. But if you're going against three, even 3 13s, I would be a little worried. I think there's one more or two more in this area. Let's take these two down. And the brush away attack is doing a lot of good here. The static shot that he does has a chance to stun, but he got knocked down that time, so he wasn't able to. And I think Skull, well, they definitely got several. Let's check in there and see what they've got, because he learned a new move, and if Voltron also, Volt Gamma also learned a new move, we're definitely going to check those out again really quickly and see what we get. Maybe we get some good skills in here. Oh, there is a toxic spray. I like toxic spray. You know what? Let's take the attack and take the defend off and do the toxic spray. That's what wait, was there another one? I don't think there was. Yeah, he has gloom. Increases the energy cost, probably for my enemies, because that wouldn't make any sense of doing that on my own. So take that power off and this dash attack off. And it looks like we're just going to be electric and fire. That hits all enemies, which is good. This deals damage only, but it's electric. Now this is an electric that sometimes inflicts power lock, so there is some downside. So this has a damage of E. This is going to be a little bit more damaging, but doesn't have that power lock ability as well. So that's kind of interesting. So let's go, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump out. Jump, where is item? I think I have 1 or 2, so I have 2 leapfrogs. So jump, leapfrog back, and it should take me back to Lyceum Town. That's awesome. That's exactly where I wanted to be. That's what I thought. It took you back to the last, not the pro shop, but the cafe, the last cafe that you were at. So that's going to be helpful. This may be a really bad decision, but if I can get one that has 1, maybe it would be useful. It very might be doable, and we'll just have to see how it comes out. Oh, these are all different. These are new ones. 13 and a 15. We're going to, let's try toxic spray. Brush away. I don't really know. That one's metal. He might be weak to electric. I'm really, let's just do that. We'll see. I don't know. This may be a very bad, a terrible bad idea. The toxic spray did a lot of damage. This might work out. Maybe work out for us. If I can get that other guy out really quickly, that's going to be what, oh wow, okay. So I can't do 2 toxic sprays. That's not really what I was hoping for. Let's do ice ball. He is not, that metal attack is not going to do any damage. He's a robot, he's a metal type. I'm not sure that's going to help him. I'm not sure the trimmer really is going to do much either. I'm not sure. Let's do that on him. Let's see how that works. Maybe, oh no. His moves are locked. That helped me out though. Having that move locked really worked. Sweet. So this is going to help out quite a bit. Quite nicely as well too. It looks like, oh, E-charge. Does he have a 4? Oh, all of them are pretty much 4. It didn't seem that electric was strong. Let's see if burning claws or fire is strong against metal. It's possible. Oh, he dodged out of the way. What? He's strong against ice. Okay, he got lucky. He's still power locked, which is great. That's going to be, I think this worked out very well for us, actually. We got pretty lucky here. Brush away, and we're going to have to E-charge here too. Which is not really what I want to do, but I think we're going to be strong enough to take him out. Yes. But that was a level 13 or something, 2 level 13s. That's going to give us a lot of experience, and that's really what I wanted to happen there. I think we might be able to survive. We might need a little bit of luck, but I think we might be able to survive in there. We're gonna run back to, you know, we could just heal up right here, actually, I believe. I don't think there's anything else we really need to do. We could sell some of those discs that we got and get some more money and maybe buy a few things, but I think we're all right. We're gonna end the episode there. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna continue in the cave and see how it goes. If we get killed or knocked out, we'll just head back and try to do a little bit more grinding. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.